Day 8. Pre-polish should be done, and our machine is sounding a little strange. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Hopefully the motor's not dying again.
I hope not.
That would suck.
Yes, it would.
I will hand this to you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that was how it started last time.
Yeah, it definitely is sounding strange, so that's not good. I might replace the band on it.
That's what I was also just gonna say, is maybe the band just needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
So while he's unscrewing that, I'll tell you what we mean by that. This little wheel system right here, see that there? That little band is just a simple, basically like rubbery band, and it can over time wear away and get a little uneven. And we've had to replace it on the other one before. We replaced the band once before the motor died, so that might be what's going on.
I hope that's it.
I hope so too.
All right.
Alrighty.
Grab my hose here.
That looks very bubbly.
Yeah. See how bubbled it out it is?
Oh yeah, Okay, let's see what we got.
No rocks sticking up out of it this time. They're
That's
definitely
good.
getting smaller.
Mm-hmm. Pink and purple and iron stain.
Lid back on this.
Hello. It mustn't get loud.
Wow, they just feel smooth.
Yeah?
Yeah, they just feel so different now.
Well, we did have them in pre-polish for what, 8 days?
8 days on the pre-polish.
You can definitely see all the different shades of pink there.
Yeah. This one we pick up pretty regularly. And then this one.
Yeah. Apologies if there's no sunlight right now, but we have storms rolling in, so
Yeah.
it's cloudy today.
It just feels smooth. It feels like glass. This aluminum oxide, which I kept mispronouncing the last time as dioxide, it's aluminum oxide, will kill the grass. That's why we're doing this in the driveway, because we don't care if our driveway gets kind of messy, because we need to weed it anyway.
Yes, we do.
But still don't want to put that one down the drain either.
Nope.
All right, we're going to take these in and get some soap on them, and then we'll give you guys a closer look. All right, we're rinsing them out a little bit more in the sink, a little bit of soap. Not a lot. We haven't burnished them yet, so I figure we're going to take a look at them though real quick. Let's zoom in. Yeah, I think pick one out and dry it out. You choose.
Okay.
Now again, drying out your rocks when you're doing this is kind of sketchy. You got to be careful that there's no grit at all on them. All right, so can you see the camera there? There we go. Now, notice it's got that kind of foggy look around it. Matte finish. When these are wet, they look super, super glossy. And they feel, now that they've been through the pre-polish, they feel extremely glassy. It fools you into thinking, wow, they're really polished. Now dry that one off and you'll see the difference.
Yeah.
Our dog always likes to drink when we're recording.
I know. They need to know I'm here too.
No, look at the difference. Big difference. But with our next round, our polish, they should look like they're wet.
Yep.
They should literally be dry and look like they're wet. That's called that candy coat polish that you really, really, really want. Let's see if I can focus on that. There you go.
I love that.
Turn your
line.
hand towards that light, the face of it. There you go. Now come back towards me a tiny bit. There you go. Can you see it? We seem to always pick that one up.
Yep.
You can see it drying. Look at the top of it.
Yep.
See the water line drying? And it's leaving behind that like matte finish. That was perfect what you just did.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's what we're kind of looking for. We're also able to, when we dry them off like this, we can find like little cracks and things. So we know if we might need to take the toothbrush to it, you know, like see this big crack right there.
Yeah.
There might be some grit in that, but we're gonna burnish this for about a half hour or so, and then we'll come back and take a look at them again. All right. It's funny, I just went through some of the old videos and was watching some of our stuff, and it seems I start every single video with "all right,"
Yes.
no matter what. I have to like rename the channel. All right. All right, all right, all right.
That's actually a good idea.
Probably get hit with copyright claim.
Yeah, probably, unfortunately.
So these went through burnish for about 35 minutes.
More like 45, I think.
45? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and soapy.
Yeah.
Which also does a really good job at cleaning your barrel pretty well, which is nice. So if you look here, you can see the water kind of, see how gray that is? That's always surprising to see. What's nice about this too is we don't have to spend too much time cleaning the barrel because we now have a polished barrel.
Polished barrel. And we know it's the polished barrel because on the back we put a big old P for polish.
So we don't ever contaminate. The only thing that's ever been in that barrel is polish material. That's really nice to have. I wish if we get 2 more barrels, we'll have one for each stage. But
Yes.
let's see that all right.
Yeah.
They even feel better now.
It's amazing the grit can hold on at such a micro level.
Yeah. The soap we use is so concentrated, we don't have to do a lot of it, but it does a really good job at making sure that there's any grit left, it just comes off, which is really nice. This is probably one of the most important stages in tumbling rocks, is this pre-polish stage. And then moving on to polish. All right. Take a second and I'll take a look at a few of them.
Okay.
If I can get this towel. See if we get off the hook.
Here, there's one here.
There we go. All right. First I gotta look at the amethyst for sure.
Of course you do.
So it's got some cracks in it, you can see. We could tumble those away. We should have done that in earlier tumbles if we wanted to, but you end up losing a lot more material when you do that. Where's the one we always look at? Is this one.
So cool.
You see the glare on it? Okay,
Yeah, and you
so
can see 2 little dry spots.
Yeah, so that's wet, obviously. I'm gonna dry it off. We don't really have to worry too much about drying them off at this stage because we know there's no grit on it. But see if I can get the light.
Yep.
See the matte finish on it? It's actually a little better than it was.
It is.
So that burnish will help it clean up just a bit. So if you end up with a polish that you're kind of like, man, I wish it was a little bit more shiny, burnish them. See what happens. It might actually make them just a tad bit shinier.
But be careful when you are burnishing after the polish stage. Do not burnish more than half an hour.
Yeah.
Because you can burnish the polish right off.
We've
which
done
we've
that.
done.
We've done that. We ended up with a really good polish, but then we were like, oh, let's burnish overnight.
Yeah.
We burnished for like 48 hours or something. And we burnished the polish right off of them.
Yep.
We learned that the hard way. Let me dry this one off.
That's a
and take
pretty
look
one.
at it. Yeah, it is a nice one. For a second there, I was like, wow, we have a really good... Still a little wet.
Yeah.
But
You can see that. I like that because you can see the contrast and you can see, look how fast it's drying. Oh my gosh, that was cool.
yeah, and it feels smooth as glass too.
Awesome.
So a lot of folks will get the National Geographic tumble and they'll go follow the instructions exactly, and this is the polish they end up with. While it's pretty and it's smooth, it's just, it doesn't have that, you know, candy coated look that you want.
Right.
You want it to look like that, completely dry. So that's what we've spent the last, how long have we been doing this now? About a year and a half?
Oh, like rock tumbling all together?
Yeah.
I think we started it, gosh, year and a half ago, 2 years ago. That one's, look how clear that is. That's so pretty.
Yeah, obviously it's wet, but it'll look like that when we get it polished too. Yeah. Some good ones in here for sure. So we've lost a little bit of size, not a whole lot. Just because the, you know, every time you tumble it, they're gonna lose a little, you'll lose a little bit of volume, but ooh, that one's got some big old cracks in it.
Yeah, it does.
Wouldn't be surprised if that fell apart. There's one of the pieces of blue.
It's so little bitty.
Blue, we find the blue quartz out where we are. Just pretty cool. This isn't a great example of the blue. If you want to go back, see some of our blue quartz, go click on some of the other videos.
That looks more like blue-gray quartz.
It does. That'll be a nice one when it finishes polishing.
I agree.
So yeah, now we're going to add those to polish. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. So we're just taking apart the polish drum. We store these. Can I hand this to you for a quick?
Absolutely.
With a little bit of water in them, just because we want to make sure that if there was any grit in there, it didn't dry out inside the drum. Even though this is our polish drum, you might maybe not have to do that.
Right.
But
better safe than sorry.
And it doesn't smell or anything. You don't have to worry about it going stagnant.
Yeah, because it's just basically rubber.
Yeah. So we're going to load this up. I've also read that some people don't like these kind of colanders to strain your wax in because they can scratch them. So we might just get a
cheapo plastic one.
Yeah. So
or maybe silicone. Silicone's better for the environment than plastic.
Yeah, you can see we still have a good amount of volume. We don't have to add really anything to it. I did bring the ceramics out just in case, but I don't think we're gonna have to.
It doesn't look like we have to at all. That's great.
Gonna get our water. Too much. Which you want to put right under the surface so you can't really see it. There it is. And then we are using the aluminum oxide polish, and I'll trade and I'll let you do this part since you're always the polish person. We also have a, we bought some cerium oxide. Let me come over here. As well. It's another type of polish that you can, some people swear by this, some people swear by the aluminum oxide. This particular one is 1200 grain. We haven't tried the cerium oxide yet, but I thought I would bring it out and show you. Some people, again, swear by that one. So again, because we're using the rotary tumbler, we have to use a lot of polish, a lot of grit. So at the 3-pound tumble, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of polish.
There we go.
And that
then
is
immediately
button it up.
Immediately recover the grit so you don't drop it and spill it everywhere.
Yeah, or contaminate it with another grit. So I'll hand this back to you.
Okay.
Button this up.
All right. Quite literally. Put the little spinny button on.
We even have that there because you don't want to get the lids confused either. Right? Because it could have
It could have grit left on the lid.
Yeah. Not likely the way we do all this because we burnish between every single stage and we're so careful about it, but we do keep them
Better
separate.
to be safe than sorry, and frankly, it's nice to have more than one drum.
Oh, it's really nice. I wish I had 4, one for each stage.
Maybe someday.
National Geo, you guys got to start selling these drums separate.
I agree.
I don't know why you don't. Now this is going to go in the tumbler for about a week, and we'll see you guys on that video.
Yes.
See you next time.